Good morning and welcome to the Carrier Update brought to you by PowerFleet. I'm here with Zach Strickland, the Sultan of Sonar, and we're going to play Guess That Ticker.
Yeah, we're going to play a little game today.
All
so
right.
we've got our tender rejection indexes here. We've got, a few of them. So I'm going to ask you, Mike Vincent.
Yes.
So we've got the first one right here in green. What is
Reefer.
that ticker?
Reefer rejections.
37.
Coming down to 37.51.
37.51%, obviously one of the most rejected modes of freight over the last year or so. Continues to be that way, but again, just like with several others, we're seeing this downward slide after that first part of March, the winter weather event that just won't go away, even though it's summer now, almost summer, I guess, meteorologically. So, tender rejection rates for reefer coming down. So, what is that ticker in the blue?
Oh, in the blue, I'm going to guess van.
Van tender rejection index. That's right. The van tender rejection index at 23.17%. Really kind of just flatlining right now.
It's got a nice little tick down there, though, at the last couple days.
The last day or so, we're moving down a little bit, 23.17%, but still not a dramatic change by any means. Van capacity is still extremely tight. We're starting to see a little bit of easing in the reefer segment. Van staying flat. So, speaking of flat, what do you think this last blue or purplish ticker is that's coming up here about 29.27%? Really took a jump up in May.
I think it's one of Anthony Smith's most favorite. I think it's flatbed.
The flatbed.
Otherwise known as the Anthony Smith ticker.
The Anthony Smith ticker, because he loves hauling that wood. So the flatbed tender rejection rate, 29.27%, really flatbed. If you see all the way back into last year, it's been really subdued compared to the other two.
Yes.
And that's not typical. The flatbed sector is really one of the more volatile sectors. A lot of short haul freight, but very seasonal, not a lot of consistent contracted freight volumes. But right now, it has surpassed van over the last few weeks in terms of overall capacity tightness. So, trend that we're probably going to continue to see.
It's good news economically, right? I mean, if you're looking at the economic tickers, which is why Anthony likes this so much, construction and manufacturing, flatbed, that's one of his go-to tickers to see what's happening.
No, it's a great economic proxy for the industrial economy. oil's coming back. We went out of style last year.
That's right.
And now it's back again.
It's it's the Anthony Smith skepticism meter too.
Exactly.
The higher this is, the less skeptical he is of good economic news, right?
He is. He is really optimistic right now because that flatbed tender rejection index is
29% positive right now.
Yeah. So let's check out the next chart of name that ticker, and we've got some similar colors but a little different. So here we got this green line right here. Name that ticker.
Reefer.
Reefer's
always green, dude.
Yep.
It's always your green ticker.
I should have mixed up the colors a little bit more, but $3.53, the average all-in price for reefer. But we do see still, this trend line is kind of persisting, downward sloping. Again, these are all in, so fuel is included in this. It's keeping these rates propped up a little bit more than they probably would be.
Is.
Because fuel, if you look at the DOE, the price that, the average price per gallon of gas, retail price, it is included in these rates. So it is propping this up a little bit more than it would be if you were just looking at the pure line haul rate. So
okay, so these are inclusive.
Yeah. So let's look. What's this purple one right here? This purple. This should be easy.
Van.
This purple should be easy because it's going up.
Yeah.
It's not flatlining.
No, it's flatbed.
It's flatbed. It's the flatbed. It's going up. If you looked at your tender rejection indexes, you would have known that flatbed tender rejection rates are the only ones that are increasing. Therefore,
and the rate goes up the tighter the capacity is?
The tighter the capacity is, the more something gets rejected, the tighter it goes. So yeah, the flatbed spot rate up around $3.68 a mile.
Good time to be a flatbed, eh?
Surpassing, yes, it is. Surpassing. It's not a good time to look for flatbed though. Surpassing it, and of course the last one is the van.
Just
spot
kind of
rate.
hovering there, man.
These are all truckstop.com's average, and their top 100 lanes, their average spot rates. Van is now of the lowest of the three, which is traditionally the way that we would expect things to be.
But this is the odd, right? The reefer and the flatbed flipping.
They can kind of flip every now and again. This is not terribly unusual. Flatbed typically can be.
Over the last year, it's been incredibly unusual.
Yes, the last year. So let's check out the map real quick. Look at these markets that show, the Northeast being the loosest, or the area of the country that's loosening the quickest over the last week.
There you go.
The weighted rejection index here. So up here in the northeastern corridor, if you all hauling freight up there today are looking to end your loads up there in the northeast, you're not going to get as much spot market activity or upward rate pressure as you saw over the last week.
And I mean, still Columbus, it seems like every time I talk to you, they're red in this weekly rejection. They're coming
Well, we
down.
got Cleveland, Harrisburg, Baltimore. Remember we were talking about Baltimore a few days ago?
Yeah, it was blue.
It was blue, dark blue. What did we say?
Red.
What did we say?
Well, it looks like an EKG, man. It's up, down, it's up, down, it's up, down. Unbelievable stuff, Zach. Thank you so much for that. We'll have you back a little bit later in the show.